What is up, New England? The Room Podcast with Steve Domenico, the ambassador of the fighters. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing fabulous. It is a Wednesday afternoon here in the podcast, here in New England. Dude, the weather yesterday in Rhode Island, that's where I am based, in Rhode Island yesterday was brutal. It was like 32 degrees, but the wind was like howling. It was so cold. Our bodies are getting used to the season starting to change. And then yesterday comes and boom. And then today, next day, totally reverse. Sunny out. It was probably like 45, 50 degrees at one time. New England, man, you can't beat it. But anyway, spring is right around the corner. And hopefully the world is opening up. MMA regionally is opening up. Massachusetts just announced they're going to be opening up more seating at restaurants. Venues are going to be opening up. So that means MMA could be here in 2021. Hopefully summertime, end of summer, with the commissions and everyone getting their shit together. And, dude, I'm excited. So, with that said, we have three guests tonight. Three awesome guests. I have Johnny Cupcakes Campbell. He's going to be talking about the Enigma Combat Jiu Jitsu tournament that he'll be in on March 13th. That is a week and a half. It is not this weekend. It is the following weekend. So, it is a week and a half from today. Enigma in New Hampshire. I will be there. I will be representing New England MMA, and I do believe I will be a part of the event as far as interviewing fighters after their wins and stuff like that. But we have to get that all situated and a plan and all that other stuff. So they'll let me know what I'll be doing with them. So with that, also a couple of things I want to talk about before I get to my first guest, who will be Aaron Ortiz. First thing is first, I do have a new logo for the Room Podcast. I had it made. We will be coming out with shirts and T-shirts and stuff like that for the Room Podcast. We do have them available at newenglandmma.org, our New England MMA shirts, but we do not have the Room Podcast shirts yet. I'm going to get them made, some walkout hoodies made, and I will be giving a couple away on the podcast, and on I will be selling some on the website, and I would like you to buy some if you would please kindly dish out $25 or maybe $35, $40 for a hoodie. It helps. It kind of funds New England MMA and everything we're trying to do here as far as keeping the website and maybe being able to sponsor fighters here and there and stuff like that. That's where whatever income we get from sponsors and T-shirt sales, that's where that goes. So I would like to also talk about what else we got here. This Saturday, March 5th, I have volunteered my body to be a passenger in William Jones's race car at the Rochester Fairgrounds in Rochester, New Hampshire. The 2021 Winter Wipeout, March 6th, I'm sorry. I will be here, people. I will be here riding shotgun with Bill Jones in this race car. As far as I hear, it is a 1989 Pontiac Sunfire GT. I don't know what top speed on this track is. It's a dirt track. There could be snow on it by then. Who knows? I don't know how many cars are going to be on this track. In my particular race, I don't know how many races I'm going to be in. I could be in every race all day with Bill Jones. But we will be going live from the car and recording some footage while I am at this event. It's a big to-do. Check it out. I know it's a huge, huge event in New Hampshire and the fairgrounds here. Come check us out. It's $10 to get in. I think kids under 5 are free. It's $30 to be in the pit, to stand there. Check it out. Go to Bill Jones's Facebook page. He has all the information there. Let me put that poster up one at a time. I did make this poster, by the way. It is fucking fabulous, I have to say. It's awesome. So check us out there. I will be there Friday. And then don't forget, the fights are on Saturday night. So I think I'm staying there Friday night and then staying there Saturday night because I'm not driving home after because I want to watch the fights. So that's that. Last thing I want to say before the podcast starts with my guests is there was something said online today about a possible matchup in the future between two welterweight professional fighters in New England looking for fights. And I'm going to throw that up right now because it's knowledge on Facebook and a lot of people tuned in to this this feed or this post by no one other than Sean the unpredictable I'm so sorry, Sean. Sean the unpredictable one, Lally. He has asked Pat Casey if he would like to fight, if he would like to dance, if he would like to have a scrap. We don't know where it's going to happen, but both sides have agreed. It could be at LFA. It could be at Bellator. It could be at, who knows, whatever happens in New England in the future as far as the summer, if things open up. This fight is happening. It's a great matchup. Why wouldn't we want to go down with this fight? These are two guys that are going to stand and bang in there. So I'm excited. I'm so excited about this fight. So I know there's chatter going on already to promotions to try to get this going. Like I said, could be Bellator, could be LFA, could be, I don't know. Them are the two biggies there that might pay a little bit to see this fight because I know these guys ain't fighting for free. Bellator would be awesome at Mohegan Sun. Bellator will be there in April, but the only problem is there is not crowds able to watch at Bellator, so it's tough sell to have two New England fighters get on that card. Most likely Bellator comes in with their studs and want to, bring in our New England fighters to fight these studs. You know what I mean? Not that we don't have studs, but Bellator don't give us easy fights when they come in. But this would be one fabulous hell of a bang, the Sean Lally against Pat Casey fight. So with that said, my first guest is going to be Aaron Ortiz, who just came back from an awesome fight this past weekend in, where was it? It was in Tennessee. They drove down there. They fought all weekend. I'm talking about the Team Link Muay Thai Worcester team. They went down there. Aaron went down there, and he did his business. So 3 of their fighters were down there, and man, they had a ball down there fighting, in Tennessee at this huge, huge event. So I got Aaron coming on now.
These guys are staring each other down. They're not listening to nothing the referee says.
No, they're not.
They don't even
know he's there. Look at the referee. The referee's like, look at me. Hey, look at me. They're like, no.
Everything is going in one ear and out the other. Here we go. Same thing I just did. These guys are slugging.
Oh, man.
Someone talked about somebody's mama. Bomba trying to
catch that kick again.
Cannot do that. Oh, nice overhand from Bomba. Aaron putting together the combinations better. Bomba tries to take him down.
Man.
This is not MMA.
Oh,
Joe Schilling in the corner clapping to the takedown. Just like Schilling. Always trying to start some stuff.
Joining me in the room now is Aaron the Plague Ortiz, fresh off a huge, huge tournament. God, win over the weekend, this past weekend, man. You're fresh off this stuff, man. Dude, congratulations on, your success in, where was it? Nashville, Tennessee.
Yep, Nashville, Tennessee.
Congratulations, man. Let's talk about it, bro. You guys drove as a clan to Nashville, and you beat up a couple of guys there, man. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. Myself, Matt Negrati, and Brian Espinoza, we all head down to the WAKO tournament, and yeah, we came out. Brian Espinoza, he did place third in his division. Matt Negrati fought 2 fights. He did really good. He knocked out his opponent in the first round on the first fight, and then the second fight was a really good split decision. But he got the loss, but it was still a really good fight on his half. And then then I fought.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you fought a couple of monsters in there, but I really want to talk about that second fight where you won the championship. But dude, before we get into these fights and stuff like that, how do you guys get into this tournament? Like how you picked, or how do you enter it?
So it's morely just like a sign up. You go on their website, you sign up for your weight class and your what division you'll be fighting in. So I was in the 189 division, and then advanced amateur/pro. So yeah,
Excellent.
you just sign up through online.
Now, have you been in this same tournament in the past? As far as this one in Tennessee?
No, this was our first time fighting in the WAKO tournament. We fought in USMTO, we fought in WKA, TBAs. We fought all of those, but that was our first time in the WAKO.
Excellent. Now,
but it was really nice.
Yeah, what brought you to that tournament? Was it just the challenge and the people that the competitors in there, or was it just something that's going on now and you wanted to get active?
It was a little bit of both, because it's been about a year since I stepped in the ring last. But we also know that WAKO has really good kickboxers, and we wanted to test ourselves and put ourselves there.
Excellent. Well, I know you have a ton of fights under your belt. I mean, I've been to a bunch of your fights all over the New England area. No Boundary, Lion Fight. I've seen you fight for. I think Wartime Muay Thai. I think you fought for once or twice. You've been everywhere, man. How does this rank up going to another place as far as fighting out of kind of your comfort zone?
It's always a great time. I mean, tournaments are always there's a big difference between the tournaments and the No Boundaries and everything like that, the Lion Fights, because that's just more of a build up, Tournaments is I don't know, they're just something different,
Yeah.
It's everything's fast paced. It's a great time.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's a tournament, and it's like a festive atmosphere, and there's a lot of moving around. There's a lot of jumping here and there, a lot of things going on at once. I'm used to jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff like that, so there's a lot of action going on at once. And watching your fight, I think there's another ring or something else, another fight going on while this fight's going on. So there's a huge crowd there. So let's talk about this, buddy. I mean, you took off, you drove down there. With a few people, supporters, coach, of course, and the fighters with you, man. You get there the first day. Did you have a bye? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about when you got there and how was it put together, and how do you get your first fight there?
So we showed up. It was weigh-ins day, so we start to get ready and to weigh in, and the lady told me that I would be having the bye because my record was the best out of the other fighters. And but we really didn't want the bye because we just drove from Massachusetts. I really, really wanted to fight. Yeah. So I asked if there was any way that we could not get the bye. And she said, yeah, you can surrender it. So that's what we did right when we weighed in. We were like, yeah, we want to surrender the bye.
So, all right. So So when the dude that you were gonna fight and you surrendered the bye, did he go, "Oh shit"?
I'm not
oh
sure.
No!
Yeah, we didn't really even see any opponents until the day of.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but yeah, we.
dude, the guy must have been wait. Now I'm fighting him, the guy with the you know, like, so all right. So that first fight, what was that on Saturday?
The first fight, yeah, it was on Saturday.
All right. So
Yep.
how did you do there? I mean, you, like you jumped in there. You wanted to get action. How'd you do there? Did you like take the guy's head off? Like you?
Good. So my first fight was against his name was Cody Quarles. He was 9-0, so he was undefeated, and he had 6 knockouts on that record. So I definitely saw him as a big like threat, and I was like, all right, I'm excited to fight him. But we did good. We kept our distance really well, and yeah, it went to a unanimous decision at the end. But
Excellent.
Super tough fighter.
Excellent. Well,
time.
you know, if Cody, if you're watching this, man, dude, I'm sorry. You were probably like, awesome. I got this guy now. You know what I mean? He got like a huge up in the talent here because you did win the thing.
Yeah.
Now you come away with a unanimous decision. Now what time of the day was that when you got that fight done? That
was around, I believe it was around 11.
So then after that fight, you help coach or help corner your guys and stuff like that, or did they fight before?
Yep, nope. So I was the first fight on that day, and then it was Brian, and then Matt fought next. So I helped coach them, warm them up. Yeah.
So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. As far as them, what's their kind of how many fights they got? Are they kind of new going to these tournaments and getting fights, or they've been at it for a little while?
So it was both of their first tournaments. Brian, that was his first fight for our team. But Matt he's 3-0 before coming into the tournaments. He had a few fights, but they weren't tournaments. But this was his first official tournament.
Excellent, man. Well, congratulations on all three is, man, doing it and, going out of town to do it, driving all that way, and then you get to weigh in, and then you're beating up people there. I mean, that's what you went to do. But let's get to this second fight. This is the finals, the second day, because this is where the fun is. Now, everyone out there watching this is on YouTube. How do you say it? WAKO or
WAKO.
WAKO. I'm sorry. They have it on. They have the stream on YouTube, so you can go see it. Now, Aaron's second fight, I think, is 3 hours and 8 minutes into the second day tournament, right? So to everyone out there, 3 minutes and 8 minutes, 3 hours and 8. You have to see this fight because the commentators were great. It was the most entertaining fight I've seen in like the longest time as far as just the commentators and what was going on there. Aaron, let's talk a little bit about this fight and who you matched up with the second day in that ring, bro.
Yeah, so we finished the first day, the first fight, and then we researched his name and we saw that he was a professional Bellator fighter. So we were really excited about that one. It was like, all right, awesome. This is a great finals day fight for us. And yeah, so
now before you get to that fight, the day before, what did he do then? How did his fight go the day before? Did he fight the day before, I would imagine?
No, so he got the bye.
Oh, that son of a gun took the bye.
Yo.
Screw him. So anyway, all right, brother. So did you know he took the bye when you went against him, when you were matched up against him?
Yeah, because it was so there was only 3 of us in the division.
Oh, okay.
So I had to, when I gave up the bye, he ended up taking it. So if I won that fight, then I would have.
Well, could he? All right, let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. Could he like sent that bye away and fought too?
Yeah. Well, so if he did that, then Cody would have taken the bye and moved on to the finals.
Okay. Well.
Yep.
Well, this guy, this Bellator fighter, I don't know his name. You can mention his name. You probably called him names in the ring, or he might have called you. You had to know his name, that's for sure, brother.
Yeah.
This was the most entertaining fight. When I watched it, I watched it like 3 times. So let's talk about it, brother. You're fighting this Bellator guy, and what do you expect? I mean, I know you've been probably in other K1 kickboxing. tournaments and stuff, and you've gone against maybe some guy, an MMA guy or something like that, but knowing you're going against him, what are you expecting, and what are you seeing across the ring when you get in there?
So he's 34 years old. And we get into the ring, we step up, we're in the stare down, and I was like, all right, this is going to be a good fight. I just knew it. I just knew it was going to be a solid fight. We both had the dead eye contact, and it was like, all right, it's about to get real.
And it got real, brother. Let's talk about it. I have a piece of that I'm going to show and stuff like that while we're talking, because it was amazing. And before we actually did this interview, before you came on, I played a 30-second segment of that fight, because the commentators, man, they were incredible, and I need everyone in New England to go watch this fight. 3 hours and 8 minutes in. All right, so
Yep.
All right, it gets real, brother. You start off. Let's talk about this fight, man, and how you felt right off the bat in there.
Right off the bat, I felt really strong. We started throwing some hands, and I caught him with a hook. And at one point, he when I hit him with that hook, he backed up, so I could feel him right there. I rocked him a little bit, and then I got him into the corner, and then he did an illegal throw, but so. Now that first one I don't think was as bad as it was more of a sweep or a trip or something like that. That first one. Yeah, for sure. It was K1, so there's no sweeps or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that definitely wasn't his worst one of the match.
So when he swept you like that and you got up, the ref gave him a warning. I don't gave him and then the commentators are they're joking and they're serious too. You can't do that in this one. And he's like, hey, this guy thinks he's in an MMA fight here, but it's in him. You know what I mean? He's a competitor, and he's a competitor, and it looks like a killer in there. He wanted to kill you at one point. So he trips you down that first time. You get going again. Was that the time you said something to him and pushed him off, or was it a second time after that when that happened?
So I think when I gave him a little push, but he was the one to push me more.
Yeah.
At first, that was later on. He hit me with a good sweep, and I was getting up, and he looked down at me. He was like, "Get up," and I was like, "Don't worry, I am." And then he pushed me, and then I blew him a kiss. It was we were talking a little bit of smack. Yeah.
It was friggin' fabulous, buddy. Fabulous. So I mean, there was 3 or 4 takedowns in there, or sweeps, but there was definitely 2 takedowns and 1 body lock slam at one time. You know what I mean? And legit nice one. Dude, what the hell are you thinking in there? Does this happen? I mean, you're used to Muay Thai, and you do get swept and you do dump pretty hard in there, but when this is happening at this K1 fight, and this guy gets you in a body lock, because basically it looks like you were pounding on him, he was getting a little gassed or just couldn't answer it, so instinct grab you, body lock, and throw you to the ground to get that break. You, man, what are you thinking at this point? Are you happy because this guy has to do that to stop it, or are you what the fuck, man?
It was I was expecting him to probably throw us a few times because of his MMA background. I just wanted to keep throwing down so every time we went down, I tried to hop up as fast as I could, because I wanted to get right back into to throwing.
And you did, man. You kept the pressure on this dude. I mean, he had a flurry here and there, but I mean, it was a desperate flurry. I mean, he had to stop your progression at him. I mean, he had to throw, you know, but. Man, how'd you feel kind of schooling him a little, a lot of bit in there, because you looked fabulous, dude. That range, your kicks, your jab, and like you said, you hit him with some crosses and some really good combinations there. Man, how'd you feel about that performance, man?
I felt really good about it. So from the whole quarantine and everything, not being in the ring for a year, it helped me level up to where I wanted to be. So I was really happy with that performance, getting to show all the training that I've done through the quarantine and everything. And yeah,
wow,
it was
nice one. Nice one. What was Coach Ivory? What was his thoughts on that? And what would he say to you, like in the middle, like in between rounds, like the worst throw? What did he say, or what was the best thing he said to you in between rounds about this dude?
So we weren't too concerned about the throws. I think me and him were both super into the fight, man.
Yeah.
Like we were in the zone. He was morely just telling me, like coaching me, like he was telling me to keep working the body because I was taking his cardio away from him. So we kept on throwing our body shots in the knees in there to start slowing him down. But yeah, he was getting me hyped. I was getting him hyped. It was just like
it was awesome, man. I would have to say it had to be the fight of the weekend. It definitely, and coming away with your hand raised against a veteran here, but you are the veteran in this ring, brother. I mean, you are. Your age, what are you? 22 years old. 22.
Yep, 22.
Going against a 34-year-old guy there. That's probably he's got kids 15 right now that are in there. But anyway, dude. What goes on from here? I mean, as far as it looks like Massachusetts is opening up a little bit. As far as venues and stuff like that. Do you still keep looking on the circuits around around the country, or do you kind of go back, train, and wait for something to open up closer? I know Lion Fight is starting to open up. Who knows? They might come back to Foxwoods. I know you got a teammate in Mike Triana fighting for them next week, not this weekend, the following weekend, man. So what goes on with you? Like what goes on with Aaron? You got that taste after a year, and you fought a legit guy in a great, entertaining fight. You must have that hunger, dude. What's in the head right now? What's going on in there?
So right now we're just looking for any fights that we can find. We're just looking for the experience. We do have the US MTO coming up in Arizona, so we'll be heading over to that in April. So that's what we're looking forward to right now, is that the US MTO.
Excellent, my man. So you definitely have something to train for, get ready for, and look forward to. I mean, you're staying busy. It's been a year, and it looks like things are opening up and around the country, man. You got a big fight for your teammate coming up in a week and a half, dude. So the team's doing great, man. Anyone you want to say thank you to the team as far as who helped you along here? I know there's a bunch of them. You got a ton of talent that comes in and out of that training to get that stand up, dude. Shout outs to all them people you want to thank, and then I'll let you get going and enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, so I mean, we got the our head coach Ibre, always great, always getting us ready for the fights. We got Mikey, Colin Robinson, we got Matt Negrati, and then we got Brian Espinoza, and just everyone from the team they all help out with the fight camp. It's great time.
A ton of talent in that camp. A happy crew, man. I think Ivory's got the same smile like this. It's ear to ear, that guy, in every picture. That guy is just loving the life of Muay Thai and what he's doing with the community and helping you guys along, guys and girls. And, man, it's fun, man, watching that fight and just you guys afterwards, and then just the pictures and the crew that went along with you, man. Good stuff, bro, man. Entertaining. I'm going to watch that fight again later. And like I said, everyone has this fight. Watch this fight. It's WAKO on YouTube. It's the second day tournament. Watch his first one, but the second one is dynamite. You got to get it. So, Aaron, social media, and I'll let you get going, man.
Yeah, my Instagram is ALO508. And my Facebook is Aaron Ortiz.
Awesome, man. Aaron, a pleasure talking to you, brother, man. And the tournament's in April. We'll catch up again before then because we'll see what's going on, and we'll talk about the training leading up to that too.
Sounds good.
All right, my man. You have a good night, man, and thanks for calling in.
You too, man.
All right,
thank you.
All right.
Saturday, March 13th, the region's premier grappler battle it out at the Enigma Invitational. Sub-only, no supervise. Combat Jiu Jitsu super fights. An 8-man sub-only tournament. with $1,000 on the line. Available on demand at regionalcombatsports.com.
Johnny Cupcakes Campbell in the house, my man. It's been a little while, man, since I think my Halloween podcast, since I had you on, man. How's everything going, bro?
Fantastic. How's everything with you?
Everything is good, man. Getting by. 2021 is a new year, and hopefully, it's a whole new world opening up again.
Yeah, I hope so as well. It seems to be opening up pretty good.
Yeah, well, they made the announcement about Massachusetts and, venues and concert halls and stuff like that being able to open. So that is big news for, the Cage Titans fans and, fans of all MMA in Massachusetts, because there are a few organizations there. So, Johnny, man, MMA is on a hold right now, but, listen, but word on the street that you got a super grappling match coming up. A Combat Jiu Jitsu match coming, man. I know you've been busy on the mats with the MMA kind of on hold, but how'd this all come about, brother? And how'd your name get mentioned in this Enigma tournament?
I'm just a game motherfucker. I just love doing combative things, and I have a good relationship with the guys at Enigma, and they've been trying to get me into one of their tournaments for a little bit, and it never worked out just right. And he mentioned he was doing Combat Jiu Jitsu, and so I immediately threw my name in the mix for that, and they came back with Douma, and I've said yes to fights with Douma, so why the fuck would I not slap with him? I respect him a ton. Yeah. I think he's a great athlete, great fighter, tough as nails. I'm a fan of his, but this is just the game. This is just what we do, what we play, and we're both trying to be the best combat athletes we can be. So we found ourselves together on the mat, and I intend on slapping the shit out of them.
Now, Johnny, this is something different. This is something, we haven't really, been able to watch as far as it's going to be streamed, and there's going to be fans allowed as far as watching it. Combat Jiu Jitsu, it's kind of something new in New England. There might have been some, underground kind of smoker Combat Jiu Jitsu going on, but this is legit, man. This is some super fights here, a lot of real high level competition here. Dude, how you feeling about this, man? It's on you've been in plenty of, competitions rolling. You rolled with Richie Santiago, on Flow Combat and stuff for, Cage Titans and stuff. But this is a lot on the line with this one, man. It's there's slapping involved, and there's, a lot of, talking afterwards as far as, you know what I mean? So talk about it, man. What's the excitement level compared to this and kind of an actual fight?
Man, it is like an actual fight in a lot of ways for me. I think that, boxing is fighting with just different rules. Jiu-jitsu is real fighting. It just has different rules. MMA is probably the best representation of what fighting really is. But this is fighting. We are going to be fighting. We just have to use a little bit queer rules. But I like them. I like these rules. I like being queer. It's fucking awesome. So, when I'm on top, when I'm on bottom, if you watch my fights, I did a majority of my fighting off my back against Jeff Perez, and without a doubt, the strike ratio was way in favor of mine. He's on top, and I'm just elbowing the crap out of him. I think I do a hell of a lot of damage and impact with slaps and palms, and I even have some questions because I want to know exactly what's illegal.
Well, yeah, I know before the tournament, all that's going to be spoken about. You'll have that team meeting, that the rules meeting and stuff like that. But what have you heard? Johnny, have you ever been in a Combat Jiu Jitsu match or something like this as far as these rule sets?
Training so many MMA fights, we do a lot of guard boxing and things, and I feel like I've done so much striking on the ground that it is like second nature. Just rolling with the intention of all right, I'm gonna be like, I would slap him this round. You know, we would have been doing like little slaps here and there, like where maybe I would like, all right, you're in danger right now. I could be spanking your fucking nose off. And dude, it is brutal. I mean, people, especially jujitsu. The one thing that Christina Katsikas said to me was that a lot of times when she watches these combat matches, they forget that there's slaps involved and they just do jujitsu.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Douma falls prey to that, he's in for a very long 15 minutes or a very short 15 minutes. I feel like half guard, side control. As soon as one person is grounded, you're allowed to slap. So, I mean, if he shoots him for a takedown and I'm sprawled out on him, I'm able to just spank his ears or nose or whatever it is. I'm super excited. I think it's a fantastic way to kind of spark some interest again, because as soon as this is over, I'm going to get real loud about getting a fight. So whether it's outside the area or inside the area, I'm going to be coming hard because I'm coming off a loss. But I mean, some people don't view it as a loss. And I'm still ranked like number 5 in the goddamn country in mixed martial arts at my weight class. So, and amongst that, like top 10, it's all ex-UFC or current UFC people. Exactly. So, you know, I just need a couple of wins over the right people, looking just right. And I'm in the UFC in fucking one fight, maybe 2 fights. So this Douma thing is just me, like, just chiseling out my jiu-jitsu game a little bit. Like, I'm still trying to really hammer down that jiu-jitsu and then have a buttload of fun because, man, like I said, you watch my career, I've been in like nearly 40 fights. I do not get hit on the ground very much. When people get on top of me, they do not spend time hitting me very much because it's insanely hard. Soon as they try to, I'm up and out. And while they're laying and praying, I'm spanking them. So I think this is just going to be so much fun, and the fans get such a treat.
Yeah,
Douma is a monster. You know, I mean, he taps out Campbell. I mean, I've just seen him in amateur and pro battles that he's just overcome. So, you know, I'm looking at him as like a nice mountain that I'm going to climb on Saturday, the 13th, and it's going to be a spectacle.
Yeah, and you know, like I've spoken to other MMA fighters or other jiu-jitsu fighters that are going to be in this, the combat section of combat jiu-jitsu section of the tournaments or the festivities. Dude, I mean, leading up, and it's all the camaraderie is pure respect. I mean, it's a totally different thing between an MMA fight and this jiu-jitsu. Even though there's a lot of bragging rights coming out with your hand raised in this, it's not that important MMA fight that, a loss can really, hurt your career. And a win can really blast it off against the right opponent. So that's why it's kind of more of a fun atmosphere, this tournament, man. As far as, getting ready for it, I mean, Christos, with his gym, there's a lot of leg lock specialists there. Douma's more of a, that control guy, that, submission guy, not more of the leg lock guy. So this seems like it's going to be a more, more just brutal fight, brutal match here. More, I mean, there's not going to be many tricks, I don't see. There's just going to be a lot of aggressive.
They picked the right guys.
Yeah.
They picked the right guys. They were like, we want a combat match. Let's get 2 jiu-jitsu guys who are going to play footsies.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
We want to see some blood, probably, definitely 15-minute match. It's like they want to see us go out there and put on a show. And I think we're both really good at that. I think that we're both very much, we take it like pride that we are tough as nails and that we're going to keep coming. So like I intend on it being relatively brutal. I don't think people respect what like a slap is. Some people have been like giggling about it at the gym, like, oh, slaps. And it's like, man, I was going to put a video together of me like smashing watermelons in half with my fucking hands. Like, dude, I can if you tell me to hammer a nail, man, I can hammer that nail. It's a lot of fucking force on a slap. So it's going to be a brutal type of fight. And I think we both are versed so that we might, you might see leg attempts, but that's only just because we're both winners too. 100%, we're both looking to win. So,
of course, if you see that opening, of course you're gonna dive for that leg or that knee or something.
It's just dangerous.
Yeah, and Johnny, I gotta ask.
A knee bar.
Yeah, and especially, hey, dude, especially while you're watching other matches before yours come, you're gonna be seeing these kids, these high level guys rolling around, going for legs, diving for this. So you're gonna have that, that vision or just that energy in you, like maybe I'll go for a leg or something and surprise everyone. But Johnny, to mention back at the slaps, I mean, we know watching the old fights back in the day, with Ras and all them, them palm strikes were huge then. Johnny, I got to ask you a question, man. The ear, because these slaps, and there's a lot of fighters with the cauliflower ear that can be popped on that ear, which can affect them. I mean, how's the ear doing nowadays? I think that fight was back in September or something like that, August or September or something.
October.
Well, all right, so it was right before the podcast we had before Halloween.
Yes.
All right. So how is that ear doing, Johnny?
It's good. It's good. I mean, I started off just with ear guards on, wearing ear guards for like training and stuff. And I mean, I took those off like maybe 2 months ago. I'm just like, just back to normal training. It's not even a thought in my mind, like ever. It's just, some things, like almost the first thing people ask me about it is like, dude, do you think that can happen again?
Well, let me ask you a question, because I know Douma. I know Douma's got some swollen friggin' earlobes there, and he has there. Is that something you might be aiming for?
I'll clap in the ear for sure. Yep. I'm focused on his nose first, but yeah. Claps to the nose and the ears, absolutely.
Excellent, man. Hey, dude, I know you got jiu-jitsu. You got classes going on pretty soon. Who you been rolling with really steadily to help you get to this the mats on on the 13th?
Let's see. Everybody at South Shore Sport Fighting is my main thing. So I got Sean Costello, who's a beast. Leg locker as well, so I mean he's keeping me up to date with everything that's happening. Now in jiu-jitsu, where my game's like a little bit slower than that. Then Danielle Henley, who's, man, I would think that she's the best girl ground fighter maybe in the country. I mean, she's a freaking absolute animal. So she's always helping me get better constantly. Zach DiSabatino, I do too many rounds with Zach DiSab. He's so goddamn strong, but he represents what Douma does really good. So I'm grateful that he puts me through hell constantly. And then just some like random people who are into loving jiu-jitsu and into competing in jiu-jitsu. Everybody in here is helping me get better all the time. Bill's constantly, making me upgrade and whatnot. And I have the brown belt that I'm doing. I've been competing in the brown belt, getting stuck with like 170s and stuff in the brown belt. So, very soon, hopefully in the next year or so, I could be getting that black belt. So I'm just constantly trying to get better. To do that as well. So this Douma is just like one more little step. I get to be like, these guys just aren't on my level on the ground. And it's time to rank up.
Excellent, man. Well, this will rev up the 2021 fighting year for you, brother. Last thing before I let you give shout outs and stuff. You talked about, making some noise after this and stuff. Have you been talking to other, promotions and getting your ear, I'm sorry, again, here we go. Getting your name in there that you will be looking for something very soon, coming in the, next couple of months or something.
For sure. My ear is always to the ground, so I've already, things online, like people's names or weights come up, and I'm like, yep, I'm in on that fight, or who is that? I'll take that. So I'm already trying to set something up for the spring. I think CDS was talking about something in Florida or whatever, and I reached out to them. instantly, like Chris Motino, 2. I think that'd be dope. I think everyone would be in on that. I mean, he just comes off a huge win recently enough. Kid's a fucking dog. He deserves another chance. I mean, I think I start him again, but I mean, he's a dog. So I'd love to give him that opportunity. And then, Jay Perrin is out there all the time floating around. I'd love to, punch his fucking eyeballs closed. So, yeah, that would be cool too. But yeah, as soon as I can, whatever it is, I'm thinking about fucking bare knuckle boxing.
No, dude. Stay.
Whatever I gotta do.
Hey, no, yeah. When the MMA career is done, and then you can do that. You know what I mean? You can go beat some people. Get done with the MMA career and stuff, and then we'll let you go there.
Hell yeah. Sounds good.
So Johnny, hey, dude, I will be at the tournament, at the super fight, at the the Combat Jiu Jitsu. I do believe that I will be interviewing the winners after the matches.
Dude.
So, dude, we could be connected and have that spot again together, right?
I think so. For sure.
Excellent.
I look forward to it. This Enigma, they put on some good shows. They are connected in that jiu-jitsu community so deep. They know everyone, and they are bringing in people that are so good. So, yeah, this is going to be a show that people really want to get on and watch this, because it is as legit as you get for jiu-jitsu, and to be just in our backyard and like this is just perfect. So
excellent.
I'm looking forward to it big time.
Awesome. And they're bringing the eyes, the crowd, the people, guys from New York, Philadelphia are starting to come in and get the work here. And all the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in New England are starting to gravitate toward these tournaments, and Enigma's doing awesome things with it. So last thing, Johnny, social media, how we get in touch with you, and say goodbye.
Yes, thank you so much. Johnny CC MMA, pretty much across the board. Johnny Cupcakes Campbell on Facebook. South Shore Sport Fighting, UFC Gym Boston. I think 2 of the best gyms that you can get to as far as ground and MMA and blending them together. Those 2 spots are pretty much bar none as far as I'm concerned. So I think that everybody who's looking for, somewhere to be trained in the South Coastal area in Massachusetts should be checking those 2 places out. So.
Excellent, Johnny.
Thank you so much.
Johnny, always a pleasure catching up with you. It's been a little too long, but there's not much going on. But when I heard when I heard your name mentioned, and it was across from Douma, I said I got to talk to these 2 guys. So I'm gonna have Douma on next week, and I think he's gonna be in. He's gonna be in studio on Wednesday, so it'll be live. We'll be going live in here, so you'll be able to. There'll be some chatter going back and forth. So I'll tag you in the feed just in case you forget.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, John, you have a great week, and I'll see you not this weekend, the following one for that tournament, bro.
Looking forward to it, Steve. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right, take care, bro.
Have a good night.
Later. Nate, we talked, a week or so before the fight. It's a couple of weeks after the fight. How you feeling about your performance, man?
I feel good. I mean, got the unanimous decision, a little banged up, but other than that, I'm good.
Banged up, dude. It looks like you did most of the throwing in there. What got banged up? Just from the transitions and stuff like that, or did you get hit that something got injured?
Yeah, I mean, he made it a couple times. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's a fight, sore hands and knees sore, but it's all good.
Excellent, man. Dude, awesome fight, dude. 3 rounds of you nonstop beating this dude up on his feet. We talked about it, how he was a jiu-jitsu kid, and you kind of probably knew he was going to want to go to the ground. You beat him up on the feet. He hit the ground a couple of times. You wanted him up. He stood up. You knocked him back down. And a couple of times you did get down there with him and, grappled a little bit. How'd you feel about it? How'd you feel about your performance there?
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good about it. Even when I knocked him down, I went to the ground with him. My wrestling stayed pretty controlled. Stayed smart. I fought really smart. Obviously, I'd love to get the finish, but I'm happy I went 9 minutes. You know, that experience was great. Got a ton of looks in that fight, and now I got 9 minutes of footage to study for the next one, you know.
Awesome, bro. As far as his jiu-jitsu, what would you feel in there? I mean, you knew you were going to go against this kid, and that was his strong point. How'd you feel that you did against him? And was his jiu-jitsu really that good? I mean, how would you know about him going in as far as his accolades there?
Yeah, not much. We just knew his coach is pretty well known down there. Chris Luddick, I think his name was. I mean, Devin knew of him, and Devin's big juice guy. So we knew he was going to be a tough kid. He got some tight submissions on me. He got a tight armbar, I think it was in the first round. Last like 10 seconds till he ripped up on that guillotine, which was tight. But yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I felt like I did what I had to do to win that fight.
Excellent. Well, it was in Tampa, Florida. You talked about his coach from being from down there. Was he from the area?
Yeah, I think they're in driving distance. So yeah, he had a pretty good home crowd down there for him.
Awesome. Well, what did it feel like going into somebody else's territory? Because your first fight, this was your second fight. Your first fight was at Neff, and you know that's kind of your backyard there. What did it feel like going to someone else's place and you know, having a crowd not really happy to see you?
Yeah, I mean, it was different. You know, it definitely is really different, but it is what it is. You know, you don't really, you kind of like zone out of all that stuff. You know, when you get down there, you don't really hear any of the boos or any of the cheering for the other guy. So to me, it didn't really matter too much.
Another part of you know, that experience that's going to help you along, man. You know, fighting in somewhere else, man. As far as the crowd going on there, you know, how was Devin? Like, could you hear him in the corner? How was the coaching from that end as far as being there?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to hear him in the corner and stuff. It kind of, I was surprised. You know, that venue was sold out. I was expecting to hear him a little bit better, not as many people there, but it was awesome to have a packed crowd there. The energy was really good. I had Devin in my corner, Nick Miles, who's the striking coach right now at Nostos, and then John Orlini, I think his name is. He was in my corner as well. We met him down there. He's a very good black belt. He's fighting in the next few weeks as well. So he was a good addition to add in the corner for that fight.
Awesome. Well, you talked about the sold out crowd. I mean, you know, the promotional owners are well known in Florida. There, I mean, you know, he's got a huge camp there. There's going to be a lot of eyes on it, man. Did you feel like there was like a real high level people that were watching this, because he's got a lot of friends all over the place in high places? Was there anyone there that kind of like caught your eye that, wow, they're here?
Not really. Once I got down there, I kind of was able to hear about the names of the coaches a little bit more. All of those coaches down there from the gyms are really well known. They're a high level too, so it's great to get that acknowledgement from them.
Awesome. Well, as far as you know, your fight, that went incredibly well. Then you had two training partners that took the trip with you that fought on the same card. One of them had, I believe, a 5-second KO, and I think the other one had a unanimous decision also. I could be wrong about that, but let's talk about that. Did they? I would imagine, did they fight before you? Your two training partners?
Yeah, they fought earlier in the card, so that whole card had some kickboxing ones. I think Kyle Kufal, he fought 155. He was like the 7th fight or something. Yeah, he knocked his kid out in the 5 seconds. It was cool to see that because him and Devin were drilling that step back overhand the whole time in the back. So it's like kind of like, almost like that McGregor moment a little bit, you know, stepping back on all those. So it was cool to see Kyle step back on that and get that knockout. And then Kyle Hill, he fought at 170. He got that split decision win over a tough D1 wrestler. And that was like 2 or 3 fights right after Kufal. So
awesome. Well, you knew what you were gonna like. How was the crowd when you did you help corner your training partners there, or were you getting ready? No, actually, you were getting ready for your fight. I'm sorry, you were in the back doing your own thing. Yeah, you got your own thing going on there. But you could hear the crowd when they were fighting and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, we could hear the crowd. It was too bad they didn't have like a screen in the back or anything,
yeah.
You know, so we're just waiting for everybody to go back and see how they did. So it was cool. I mean, after Kyle's win, the crowd was pretty loud, so we figured something happened big. So it was good to see him come back with that crazy knockout win.
With a big smile on his face, so he come back there, dude. So here's the thing about the crowd, bro. We talked about like the boos and stuff like that. You have two fighters that traveled a long way that you're with that go into someone else's territory. One of your guys knocks out their guy in 5 seconds, and then you get a unanimous decision grind fight. Then you got to come in. That crowd must have been like triple mad at you people.
Yeah, we came out of nowhere. We came from Southern Maine up here to go down to Florida. So, yeah, my walkout song was "Run This Town" too. So that was pretty fitting for a clean sweep out there.
Awesome. Well, I know the fights. I know the card was streamed, and you can buy the stream. I would imagine he will put it on YouTube, or he will have a, we will be able to see the fights down the end there, man. How do you compare this fight compared to your debut in 2019?
100 times better. It's really what I needed. That first fight caught me off guard a little bit, and I only relied on that wrestling game for me. This one, I told you I wanted to mix it up, and that's exactly what I did. I went in there confident, knocked him down like 3 or 4 times on my feet, and then controlled him on the ground. So that's really what I needed for, like, when I get a fight around here, it's just I'm going to keep getting better and keep showing it. So
excellent. And Travis, my media partner there, wanted to ask you a question. He's like, he wanted to ask if fighting in Florida and getting this win, does that help you and elevate you in your game if something opens up here, you know what I mean, in New England, which it looks like it could in the next, by summer with, Massachusetts opening up and stuff like that going on. So a fight like that, what does that do for you as far as your game?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely gives me that little confidence boost. We went down there to fight their hometown kid, coming up here and fighting somebody local where I don't have to travel for 2 days straight and I can just drive down to the venue. That definitely gets me really excited. Hopefully it gets the promoters on notice too. I flew down to Florida. There's like, maybe you can count on one hand how many amateurs are doing that right now. And I did it for my second fight. Both Kyles did it for their first fight. So hopefully we're able to get something on that local venue soon.
Excellent. Well, I know they got another card, WCFL in Tampa. They got another card coming, I think, in the next couple of months or maybe 3 months, man. Is that something you're interested in if nothing opens up here? Did they talk about you guys maybe coming back and fighting for them again? Or is there too many options out there right now as far as other organizations around the country?
Yeah, I mean, I like that promotion a lot. Raphael really killed it with that show. He already talked to us about inviting us back down actually in June. So I'm hoping for a really tough fight down there when I go back in June, get me ready for the summer up here. And hopefully hold an amateur belt by the end of the year.
Excellent. Well, he did flash some of them belts down. He did flash the belts that are going to be, I guess, put on in that card, man. They look fabulous, bro. I mean, like you said, he's putting on a really, really great show. And the pictures of the event and the tables, and it was just it was something special for an amateurs, for you guys to go down there with nothing happening in New England, and the world kind of on a standstill as far as regional MMA.
Yeah, those belts do look nice. I hit him up right as he posted them. If he needs anybody, I'm always down to come down in June and fight. So that's definitely an option. It's a very good possibility. I'll be down there in June. Nothing's going to happen up here anytime soon before then. Even after, it's going to take some time, I think. So. Yeah, June's kind of what we're shooting for right now.
Awesome, my man. Well, I would love to go to Florida and see you guys fight. I mean, in June when it's going to be beautiful there. Dude, what's going on now? Like, what goes on with your training now? When you get back, and you might be back now, but when you get back into that grind and start training for something opening up again?
Yeah, I mean, I got back, I think, Tuesday. Got our COVID test done Friday afternoon, and I was in the gym Friday night. So everybody that fought down there is still in the gym right now, training, working hard. Matt Probin, he's working on getting a fight soon, so I've been helping him a lot. Or not really helping him, he's still helping me, But working with him a lot to get some sparring rounds and giving him some good workouts. So.
Awesome, my man. Who else is in there? Who else you rolling around in that gym? There, I know you spoke about a lot of newbies in there that you've been kind of getting working with. Who are some of the bigger names that you've got to maybe hang out with, pick their brains or even spar with in that gym, in the last couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys from Nostos, they're tough, but they don't have fights, There's some coaches like Jamie Sprague. He's really good. He's thinking about fighting too. He's been training for years. He's trained all over New England as well. So I've been working with him up at Recon with Coach Dupree, Darren Elder, Cam Arnold too. I was going to work in right the week of the fight. So really whoever he can. Right now it's just tough with everybody. Not everybody's comfortable going into the gym training. So it's a little different circle right now.
Yeah, I understand. You got to stick with your clan and stick with your brothers in there until the coast is clear. But dude, the next month or two things could start opening up, and then we could see you on Instagram training with all sorts of different killers in here, because that cross training really helps you guys and getting them different looks from respected camps that you guys are kind of hang out with here and there, dude. So last thing, brother, man, pleasure talking to you and pleasure seeing your hand raised, and a great fight, man. It was a pleasure to watch you just use your hands there and make this guy stand with you, man, and just bang him up in there. And then when you hit the ground, brother, you were very prepared in there and kept your composure and, kept on beating this kid up until the end, man. It was good stuff. So shout outs, social media, and, any last words you want to say before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate it. All my sponsors, they helped me a ton, getting down there to travel. It's not possible without them. So I got Bill Jones from Hall Rose Roofing, Jake Bagley, AFM Property Services helped me out as well. Higgins Motor Pool in Rochester, my family, KJ Construction Sons, they're a big help as well. I'm sure there's a couple more that I'm missing, but off my top of the head, they really helped me out.
Excellent. And your social media, I know you're building your Instagram now, and, it's going to build, you're going to be putting them training footage and some highlights from the fight. So shout that out too.
Yeah. My Instagram is just Nathaniel Grimard. No underscores or anything. Same with Facebook. It's just Nathaniel Grimard. So, I'll be posting more fight stuff there and hopefully have another opponent in the next month or so.
Awesome, my man. So last thing I want to say before I let you go, you mentioned Bill Jones and, his company helping support you. Do you know that I will be in Bill Jones's race car this Saturday at the Rochester Fair? Dude, I'm kind of one of those daredevils that, is not made to be a daredevil. I think I'm kind of like one of those jackass guys, you know what I mean? That just like sacrifice his body for a view or something. But Bill Jones has been a great friend of mine for years, and Jake Bagley also, man. So I gave Bill a call. I said, hey, dude, it started off, can I put my logo on your race car? And he goes, damn, man, why don't I put your whole body in my race car? And the rest is history, man. I'm racing that track. I don't know what I'm in for, but Saturday I will be in that race car, hopefully going live and staying alive to the end.
Yeah, that'll be awesome to see. Bill Jones is a wild man, so that'll be fun time.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Nate, tune in because Bill's gonna go live, and it might be a sight to see Saturday, bro.
Yeah, awesome. Sure.
Awesome, man. Well, definitely we'll talk definitely in the future about that next opponent and what's going on with you, man. And congratulations, dude. Coming out after all this time with COVID and heading to Tampa, Florida, and getting that win along with your team, man, and representing New England. Good stuff, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, my man. You have a good night and enjoy that win and enjoy the rest of your week and do your thing, bro.
All right. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you.